One. Hey everybody, this is Jeremy Pope and Jason Kanigan here with the Closing Engine. And we've got something that'll help you or your sales team close more high-ticket sales on the phone. Today's topic is logic. What do you mean, logic? So I've stumbled across a couple of things that really just tickled my funny bone recently. And this was a couple of posts on Facebook. I put the slide up there right now. This guy's asking about a text messaging service to market to clients. Reasonable question, right? I'm currently designing a site for a clothing store, and that was something they wanted integrated, and I honestly have no idea where to find that. Okay, so we've got a couple good answers here. By phone, like SMS, they're sending blue. Okay, and then he says, no, like text marketing, as in customer signs up to receive text messages and promotional offers. That's what Send in Blue does. So he's ignoring the first answer. I try again. Thursday Think Tank Facebook group is all about local marketing like this. Send me an invite, he says, without even looking first. Whoa, 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 whoa. Send me an invite? I just told you the name of the Facebook group, and you're going to say send me an invite? Okay, not interested. I said, LOL, if you're interested, you'll spend the 30 seconds to search for it. Passive-aggressive winky face. So that was one thing that just kind of tickled me. But I remembered there was another one, and it was this one right here. This guy was looking for a company to automate mailers for his farm. Who do you guys use? One answer is personal marketing company. I mentioned Lob and MailLift. They both integrate with ActiveCampaign. And then the guy asks, Jeremy Pope, is there a website? What are you talking about? Is there a website? Are you serious? Yes, of course there's a website. They're automation tools. So that's really an example of shooting yourself in the foot in public here that I'd like you to avoid, of course. But the big thing that I want to talk about with the phone sales, with high-ticket sales, is that there's always a next step. There's always something that you're coming from and that you're going to. And if you'll just keep some basic logic in mind, this will seem like such easy common sense to you. So the first step, we talk about this a lot in some of our other videos, we talk about qualification. So Jason, what kind of qualification do we typically like to do? We do need, budget, personality fit. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Okay. Well, we never want buyer's remorse, which
Right.
is where they call you back and say, hey, I want my money back, right after they sign up and you haven't even started to fulfill the service yet.
Right.
So we're qualifying for this stuff because we want to make sure that we have a good fit or a perfect fit with the kind of people we want to work with, and the rest
Right.
we send away. So need or want is just like, do they have a problem that we can fix? Okay, and that problem could be going out and getting a hamburger for lunch, or it could be selling a $3,000 program, right?
Right.
That's, it could be at any scale. But that need or want has to be there, or else it's just going to be sort of an impulse buy maybe, and just there's no stick-to-itiveness there, right?
Right.
Budget is the problem large enough to warrant our involvement as the seller to come in and fix it? And then personality fit is, can I get along with this person, or are they going to drive me nuts as a client? Are they going to be a client from hell? So that's, I think, where we start with. The logic part of it here is like, have I gone through that? We kind of covered checklists in a previous video.
Yeah.
And like, where do I want this to go? I hear a lot of calls when we're doing reviews, right? And Jeremy and I are reviewing a sales call for somebody. And it just ends. It's just like, yeah, hey, thanks. I'll get back to you. I'll think about it and I'll get back to you, the prospect says. And we're like, oh my gosh, you got nothing as the salesperson. That is nothing. That is a thank you for the free information. I'm going to go and beat up your competitors for a lower price maybe or something.
Right.
It's just air.
Right. So that brings us to our next one. How would a regular human being handle this? How would a real human being handle this? There are a lot of people that turn into some kind of a robot or an alien or something, just some kind of a pushover animal that when they get on a sales call, they just kind of let it go. Think about it this way. If you and a friend are going out to lunch and you have not yet decided on a place to go to lunch, What is the next step? Logically, what's going to happen next? You are going to decide on a place to go to lunch, right? This isn't something where you're just going to leave it and, oh, well, maybe we'll decide tomorrow. No, you're hungry now. Decide now. So don't just let people push you off with vague weirdness because you don't feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable with something, deal with it. Deal with it and grow through it. But you need to handle that decision process like an everyday decision. You don't need to put weird emotional significance on it. Just handle it like lunch. If somebody doesn't want tacos, okay, fine, that's not a problem. It doesn't mean you're not having lunch. It just means you've decided not to get tacos. If the only place around is a taco place and you've decided not to get tacos, okay, well, we're not getting lunch at any place. We're going to grab something from the fridge. Okay, fine, whatever. But make a choice. Help people make a choice. And handle it like a real person, because that's what people want to be on the phone with. They don't want to be on the phone with a high-pressure salesperson or with a pushover who seems like they don't have any confidence in what they're doing. They want to be on the phone with a regular person. They want to be dealing with a regular person that they feel they can work with. And so that brings us to the last point. What's motivating both parties? So you've got a motivation and I've got a motivation in any transaction that we have, whether that's talking about a movie, whether that's I'm trying to convince you of something or you're trying to convince me of something, whether there's a decision to be made and neither of us know what to do. We both have motivations and none of that ever changes. We've all got motivations. So when you're trying to motivate someone to do something, you must know what their motivation is. If you want them to do a certain thing, but you have no idea where their personal levers are, you have no idea where they are and which way they need to be steered to get there, you're not going to get anywhere with it. So talk a little bit about finding out their motivation, Jason.
Yeah, if we were to be digging into this maybe 20 years ago, we'd be in features and benefits based old school type selling. And that can work by accident when the features or benefits match up with the hidden motivation that that prospect has. And so then you can sell, sometimes by accident, or maybe by the force of the personality of the salesperson. That's kind risky. Of a fake belief too. And very risky and often results in buyer's remorse. So I have a saying, I've been writing it for a long time now, like 6-7 years in my sales training business. And we take this into the closing engine. Mm-hmm. If they say it, it's true. If you say it, you have to defend it.
Yes. And
that sums up a lot. It means that if you could say the same thing that they're feeling, but if it comes out of your mouth first, it's a target. It has to be defended. Yeah. If they say it, now it's bona fide truth. There's no justification needed. And that truth, they said it and it's true, that is something you can work with. That is a lever. Yeah. That is leverage, and that's what we're talking about here. And you don't want to become that stuffed toy version of you that you were kind of referring to back in the last section. Yeah. There. You want to nail this stuff down. Okay, it's not forceful to be saying, "Look, Jeremy, I appreciate we've come to the end of our conversation for today. You need to think about it. How long do you think you need to think about it for?"
Exactly.
Okay, when should we book that next conversation that we have? And you'll be able to give me a yes or a no then, right? And a no is okay. You're not going to make me mad, but let me hear from you. Right? Yeah. So, we're really talking about taking the time to ask questions, even if it feels uncomfortable. In fact, that's actually a good signal that you should go ahead and ask that question. It's probably going to differentiate you in that prospect's mind.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Speaking of questions, ask your questions below. Thank you for joining us. Let us know what you need help with. We're doing these to help you out. I'm not going to beg for likes and shares because these are for you, not for us. So just make sure that you pay it forward as well by passing this on to other folks who can use this kind of help. Let us know if you see room for improvement even. And until next time, this is Jason Kanigan and Jeremy Pope at The Closing Engine, helping you accelerate your sales. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not going to do my own closing music anymore.